What up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, remember to like and subscribe. Today, I have another strength training program for you guys. Today, we're focusing on some explosive lifts. So, I like to warm up slow. So, right here, I'm warming up with some kettlebell hip thrusts. This is just to prime my hip flexors, prime my hips, prime my glutes and hamstring to help me to be as explosive as possible. So, when I'm in the gym, all my lifts are very specific. So if I'm hitting hamstrings and glutes, I try to warm up those muscles specifically for what I'm going to do. So as you can see, this movement right here is very quick and explosive. So if you're a runner or a sprinter, this should be something you're incorporating into your regular training routine. So I like to do 5 to 10 reps and then take a second and then hit it again. So this is all I would do for my warm up before I get right into my workout. So guys, add this one to your list of exercises. I'm telling you, these exercises are very specific to sprinters and runners. They may seem very simple, but they're very specific to our movement patterns, and they hit all the muscles that we would typically focus on when we're running or sprinting. So next one I'm getting into here is some banded knee drives. You could do this one standing. I like to do it in a push-up position because I feel like I isolate a little bit more and it helps me to work a little bit harder, engage my glutes a little bit more. So what I'm going to be doing is strapping a band on. I'm using a heavy band. You could use a lighter band if you want. And all I'm going to do is strap this band onto my ankles, right? And get into a push-up position. And then whatever leg the band is on, I'm going to drive that knee forward. And then the goal is to not go right back. You want to maintain tension in the band and then drive that knee forward as much as you can. If you're doing this correctly, you're going to feel hip flexors, you will feel glutes and hamstring. And again, this is a part of my warm-up, taking it nice and easy, focusing on each leg and then focusing on full range of movement. Next one I'm getting into here, this is going to be the primary lift. So this is going to be an explosive split squat. And then what I'm trying to do is focus on one rep at a time, and I'm one side at a time. So I do one explosive lift on the one leg and then put the bar down, then do one explosive lift on the other leg. All right, guys. And then for this exercise, I'm using a trap bar. If you don't have access to a trap bar, you could use dumbbells, or you could use kettlebells, or you could use a weight vest. It's the same method. What you're trying to do is get into that split stance position, up and back down, and try to move as fast as you can with as much weight as you can. So I'm going up and I explode out of it. Good. And then back down. And then right after you do 2 reps, then what I'm trying to do here is get into that same position and do a split jump. So if you notice, I do one weighted exercise, then right after it I go into one body weight exercise, and I'm trying to be as explosive as possible. This is perfect for building explosive strength, and if a sprinter or a runner, we have to be very explosive for a long period of time or a short period of time depending on your event. So pairing these 2 exercises together is perfect, and I would only do 2 rounds of this because I'm going really heavy. So this is my second round here, and all I'm trying to do is explode out of that split squat, make sure I'm finding my angles, engaging my hips and glutes, and push and then drop the bar. Again, you could do this with dumbbells. Just get heavy dumbbells and do the same thing. It gives the same effect. And then all I'm trying to do is load the legs, load hips, glutes, and explode, right? And then get right into the split jumps. And then what I'm trying to do is get low and switch. Yep, and switch. So After I'm done with that exercise, I'm gonna get into some upper body moves now. What I'm doing is a decline bench press, and this is just to work on a little bit of upper body strength, because you know, as a runner or a sprinter, we have to hit that upper body as well. So my bench is elevated and I'm using dumbbells. You don't have to use dumbbells. You can use a barbell if you want, and you don't have to elevate the bench. You can keep it at a normal level. I like to go a little bit advanced with my exercises just to maximize. So I do 5 to 10 reps, keep it nice and smooth, and then that's it. And then after that, I'm gonna move into some single arm rows here, and I'm using a kettlebell for my single arm rows. So single arm rows are perfect for runners and sprinters as well, because you know, we're swinging one hand and then the next. We're not swinging both arms forward at the same time. So you do want to do a little bit of isolation work as a runner or a sprinter. I like to isolate muscle groups to focus on, you know, just developing that muscular strength on an individual basis. So what I'm doing here is a bench single arm row using a kettlebell, and again, I'm going heavy and I'm focusing on full range of motion, and I'm keeping my rep counts low and take full recovery in between. So I like the pair up exercises. So right here, what I'm doing is some elevated box push-ups. So I'm doing a series of push-ups. So right after I'm done with my upper body lifts with the weights, I'm gonna do some explosive push-ups. And again, I'm keeping my rep counts low, and I'm focusing on full range of motion, and I'm trying to be as explosive as possible. These are advanced exercises, so you don't have to do these. You could do these at an incline where your hand is on top of the box instead of your feet on top of the box. Next thing I'm getting into here is some hip flexor strength and quad strength. I like to isolate again, and I'm using a kettlebell. You could use band for this exercise. You could use a mini band, or you could use dumbbells, whatever makes it feel a little bit easier for you, or whatever you got to work with is good enough. You could even use ankle weights for this one. And then I'm pairing that with some explosive single leg hops on top of the box. So what I want to do is elevate one foot and then jump off the foot that's on the ground and then explode out of the box. Again, the common theme here is isolation, and we're trying to single out each side of the body and be as explosive as possible, because that's what we're doing when we're running or sprinting. And again, I'm keeping my rep counts very low, and I'm focusing on full range of motion. The next one I'm getting into here is some dumbbell explosive squats, and then I'm going to do some jump squats on top of the box. So I grab my dumbbells and I'm loading my squat, and what I'm going to do is squat to a quarter squat, not a deep squat. So I go quarter and explode on top of the box. So I go quarter squat and be as explosive as possible, and then on top of the box. This again is priming my hips and my glutes, priming my calves and quads, teaching me how to engage and be as explosive as possible. And then once I'm done with that, I get right into some jump squats where I'm getting as touching the floor with each one and exploding out of it, right? And I'm trying to get to the level of the box. And if you notice, my box isn't really high. It's at like knee level. Yeah. So next thing I'm getting into here is I'm gonna be doing some kneeling jump squats. So what I want to do is I'm going now in kneeling position, right? And this is how I would finish my workout off. I get in a kneeling position. Now what I'm gonna do is explode out of my kneeling position to a jump squat. So right here, and jump and hold, and I step back down, and I do 5 to 10 reps of this jump and hold. And again, this is just priming hips and glutes, teaching me how to engage my abs, engage all the muscles that I will usually use when I'm sprinting or running. If you like this type of content, guys, stay tuned. I have more videos like this coming your way. This is the type of stuff I do in my training, incorporating my training to be sprinting extremely fast in my high 30s. As you guys should know by now, I am 35 years old, and I'm sprinting and running the same times that I would be running when I was 21 years old. Stay tuned. I have more informative videos coming your way.